One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago.
But tonight it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night, as it'll be the Bulls.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago.
But tonight it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Chicago Bears.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Here we go, here we go!
They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Bronco switch, Bronco switch. Ready, ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. LeBlanc, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
Now here's Trenton Gill now.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 37.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
You look at this Bears defense.
They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give.
Now Lamar changing the play. Quick throw there is incomplete.
I'm pretty sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game than they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They go quickly here out to Moore. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain of 37.
So often on these RPOs, we see the ball get from the quarterback to the receiver in what feels like a nanosecond. But on this play, he actually cleared coverage downfield a bit before the ball got to him. The net result, though, a considerable gain.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Now a handoff up the middle. LeBlanc, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
The Bears at 5-3 now on the year. They coming off the loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple of months, CD. 5 wins in their last 8 games.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34.
Warriors 70. Ready.
He'll look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Odafe Owe. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Second and a couple. And now an audible here into something else. Right back to Mitchell on second down.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Hey, Ozzie, sit up. Hey, report.
He'll get that out wide to Duvernay.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
First down, here's Mitchell.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Now Jackson going to shift him around. Here's the first carry for Sean Tucker.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now 2nd and 5.
13.
Here's Jackson to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. LeBlanc, and he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. He's got the connection to Moore. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Ready? Middle.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively, they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right?
Yeah,
you'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
They try to set up the bubble screen here. It's complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 23-yard line.
Real quick. Yo.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it, because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
A yard, all they need, but it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Lamar changing the look. They run. It's Tucker.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal. They nearly had the touchdown, but he's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. First and goal at the 1. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Tucker with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. He's got the hook up to McLeod. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to McLeod. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Ready.
On play action, they'll throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Let's go.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bears are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Second and 10.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Now a second and 10. Jackson going to change things up a bit.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. And he's got this down to the 35. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Now they'll shift things around.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Out of bounds at the 29-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Second down and 4.
No, we changed it. Middle.
Here's Jackson. He's got it to Ingram. Complete. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Second half begins with a carry by Mitchell. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And they'll run with Tucker. Yeah, he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 41, here's 2nd and a couple.
Go ahead.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now Lamar changing the play.
13. Let's go.
Here's Tucker. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stuff the run and then executed.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a second down and 9.
You at X. You at X. Hey. Hey, middle. Hey, report. 13.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. This one complete to Ingram. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43.
13.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll change things up.
Well, now they'll try the end around.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It was a play that was designed to trick the defense, to try and fool them. They didn't gain a huge chunk of yardage, but they did pick up a 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
A give here to Mitchell.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
We change it. Middle.
On the ground, it's Tucker.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. To throw is Jackson. And he fends him off. Escaping the pressure right. Fights through and now a crease. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first. On the handoff, Mitchell. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
When they're lined up in the 46 defense like that, running is just going to be a slog.
Especially if you're trying to run it in the middle of the defense. So what you're hoping, get a stalemate against the 3 across the front. And can you get some one-on-one blocks that you can win on the perimeter? To me, that's the best place to carry the football.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Flushed out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure is starting to close in. He's just got to throw this one away.
Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter.
Okay,
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because, you know.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
That's caught. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Got it. Ready?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, LeBlanc. 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And they're not
not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on.
Now it's 2nd and 6.
Ready?
He'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Ready up.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to get the football back at their own 17. So the ball changing hands on the interception. But meanwhile here, we do have an injury on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Turnover that just got him the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here then?
No, I don't think, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
DC ready.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Nice shot.
They go play action now. Jackson, they'll roll him out right. He finds his man, complete. It's Ingram, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's a toss right side to Mitchell.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Up the middle they go. Tucker, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now Jackson going to shift him around.
Hey, report.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Alpha, Alpha, sit on. 180. And it's hot. Go right here. Hey, Ozzy, Ozzy, sit on. Sit on.
Now Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Mitchell. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Once more with Mitchell. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They were stopped last time from the 1. Now here's another try on 3rd and goal.
Hey, middle. Hey. Hey, report.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. It's the fullback with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready?
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Ready?
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up second down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Go! Hustle, hustle.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Ready?
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Ready?
They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
106 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
13.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Right back to Mitchell here. Tyreek Stevenson in on the stop.
Good gain there on 1st down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
2nd and 5.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw here.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Onward.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Wanna quit?
Well, this was a very close ball game.